So I was asked to do a video on soul entanglement, which is essentially when two souls are entangled. And this is just my perspective from my scientific and spiritual understanding. I'm not saying that this is right. This is just what I understand. So soul entanglement can be seen from two ways. Number one, it can be like what I talked about in the karmic bonds, where when you spend enough time with somebody, whether that's in this life or many other lifetimes, for those of us who have soul families, is what we usually call it, there's a level of soul entanglement. It means that the energy within your energy field and with their energy field has become so resonant and coherent, not even necessarily because you get along with that person or like that person, because there's like a magnet between the two of you, because there's that level of entanglement. This is sometimes why the most toxic relationships can sometimes be the most passionate ones, because even if at a human level you guys aren't resonant with each other in this life, if you've had hundreds of thousands of lives together, then there's going to be this entanglement or this draw where that person's going to feel like home or feel familiar or feel safe, even when physically they're not. The second way that soul entanglement can look like what some people call twin flames. I don't love that because it makes it seem like there's only two. Is sometimes a soul or a higher self. Often many of us have many different fractals of the same higher self on the earth at the same time. So there could be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fractals of the same higher self. So I might be sharing a higher self or a full soul's essence with other people living on the earth. And usually when you meet those people too, there is a level of soul entanglement because you're literally coming from the same soul fractal, having a human experience. And yes, we're all from the same source, but the farther, like sometimes you're closer versus farther apart. Like there may be me and another person who are from the same source, but we were created at completely different times by completely different fractals who were created by completely different fractals. So the connection doesn't feel quite as deep unless you're in your full bliss body. Whereas in a human experience, somebody who shares the same higher self as you is going to feel very familiar, very much like home, often very safe feeling. And often then those ones too can not always breed toxic relationships, because then there becomes like this I can't live without you feeling, because like the feeling with them doesn't feel like it is with anyone else. So long story short, souls can become entangled because you spend a long time with someone, like someone's been married for 10, 15 years. Yeah, your soul, regardless of whether you've had lives with that person or not, is entangled with that person because you've spent so much integration and time with that person. Or soul entanglements can kind of transcend the one lifetime and go from many, many lifetimes, or it can be a relationship with a higher self. But I'd love your thoughts, so share them below.